I can congratulate the organizers of this conference, because I think from all the conferences this is the most successful one. We have more participants, we have participants now from, I heard yesterday from the organizers, about 15 countries, and what is very important for me, that there are also people coming from other Central and Latin American countries.
In this globalized world, it isn't Guatemala by itself, but it is. and conferences like this have to raise everyone's awareness of what other people are doing, what the issues are. It can't be done one school or one person at a time in Guatemala. It has to be done by the democratic process where everyone agrees, pretty much everyone agrees, that this is what we've got to be doing. And within the borders of the political borders of Guatemala, they have to do what is different than Mexico or Belize, but they all really need to be doing the same thing, except we have governments and nations.
I think one of the amazing things that especially the team here at Galileo has done in bringing the conference to Guatemala is just raising the awareness of, amongst the students, amongst the various stakeholders, whether it's the education sector, whether it's the private sector, of what's actually out there and what's being done. Conferences like this can create a spark that launches all these different ideas and these different projects. Sitting down with somebody and having somebody from Europe and having a cup of coffee with them and talking and asking them, what do you guys do there? What technology is available? And you learn so much about what's happening in other countries and what resources are available to you. And that kind of idea generation, that's really where change starts to happen.
El e-learning en Guatemala siento yo que está empezando por distintos lugares, ya cada vez somos más. Hay mucha duda todavía de qué es lo correcto, si funciona o no funciona, y creo yo que es imperante que los colegios empiecen a utilizar tecnología cabalmente, porque los niños ya crecen con esa tecnología, ¿verdad? Platicábamos cabalmente ayer en una de las conferencias que son nativos digitales o nativos análogos, ¿verdad? O sea, hay una diferencia muy grande. Entonces, si el niño desde chiquito tiene 110 canales de televisión, el teléfono ya es móvil de cualquier forma, tiene acceso a toda esa tecnología, la educación debería de estar de acuerdo a eso, si no el niño se aburre o se desespera.
It's very important to try and reach using technologies that are scalable, and the mobile phone this year will have more mobile phones than people in the world, over 7 billion. And it's a device that can receive education content if we create it for that device. And so that's what we believe is important. And then equally as important is it's too expensive to wire all your schools, to put cable into every school and technology. So now we've got to build the schools and classrooms, and we've got to buy textbooks, and we've got to wire them. It's very expensive. So the mobile networks in every country, from Guatemala to Cambodia, are providing mobile Wi-Fi, 3G, and that will affect a huge change with tablets, because you'll be able to get content to these tablets that children couldn't have before.
University of Galileo is an excellent site and has tremendous facilities compared to the rest of the region, and I think they have shown great leadership in recognizing this, and the rector, the president, has stood behind this and is looking to move forward by connecting with a professional journal in many languages that will raise the level of the faculty, will bring the Guatemalan professors and educators onto the world stage. The University of Galileo has taken a great step to bring universities in the region online and to have them recognized.
I think they're doing an absolutely amazing job, and especially when you look at the work that's being done by the HES team and the way that their projects and the products that they're creating are being integrated into the rest of the university. It really does serve as a model. It's not this, your e-learning department is not this isolated department that's off in a corner somewhere. It really does create this, it branches out and it affects every area of study within the university. And I think that one of the things that Galileo really has gotten right is to view e-learning or online teaching resources, to view them as a tool. It's like a hammer, it's a screwdriver, you can use a hammer to build a house, you can use a hammer to build, anything that you want, cabinets. So e-learning is the same way. It's so easy to get caught up in, oh, how cool the new technology is, but how is it really being used in the classroom? And so Galileo has a beautiful kind of testing lab, if you want, where they can, create an idea and immediately put it out into the field to see how it's being used and get feedback immediately and reiterate and constantly be developing. That type of innovation I think is something that Galileo should be incredibly, incredibly proud of.
Hemos hecho un trabajo pionero en el campo del e-learning. Seguimos trabajando intensamente a nivel de toda la República. Ya hemos adquirido un cierto prestigio internacional y eso hace que se celebre en esta universidad este tipo de congresos.